Please welcome the founder of Cocoa360, this year's recipient for the Dedication Principle Award, Shadrack Frimpong.
This is too surreal. I first want to begin by just acknowledging in this room the amazing people that we've all encountered today. I'm pretty scared of always using the word I, because I was a kid who grew up in a community where every day before I left for school, I would go from house to house to house. And every single woman, every single woman in the household would come out, untie a knot in their clothes, take money out of it, and give it to me. And so I know the power of the word we over I. I was raised by a village. And when you look at someone like me, what are the odds that a child who grew up without running water and electricity in a small place in rural Ghana, a place you can't even find on the map, it's crazy, will be compared to a man who was called the greatest of all time? Just think about it, right? Pretty scary. Man, this man, he not only fought against racial injustice and segregation, but he also struggled with having people to accept his fate, and he battled to overturn a 5-year prison sentence. His fault? His refusal to fight in the Vietnam War for his personal and faith beliefs. When I think of Muhammad Ali, it is that doggedness and tenacity to improve the human condition at whatever the cost that led him in 1964 to visit my country, Ghana. His mission? He went to encourage the newly independent country's leaders to remain unshaken in their resolve for economic freedom from the British. So sometimes I find it pretty ridiculous that when you pick up the Webster's dictionary and you're looking for the word dedication, you don't see Muhammad Ali's name. For me, it makes me question the veracity of the other definitions in some of these dictionaries. Yeah. When I think of dedication, I think of the time when I was 9 years old and I had these infections all over my legs. And the nearest hospital was about 9 hours away. And against my father's stubborn disagreement, my mother pushed for us to sell part of our farmland just so I could get to keep these legs. My legs were nearly amputated. When I think of dedication, I think of the mothers who wake up every single day. They walk about 2 hours, get to the other end of the village river, canoe their daughters across the river, just so their daughters can come to our school. Why do they do that? Recently I asked one of the mothers, and she told me, it is because I know that even though the world may not know yet, the cure for cancer, the cure for HIV, the cure for Parkinson's may be sitting in the mind of my daughters, and the world may never know. Dedication, the powerful thread that ties all of us together. Dedication, the powerful thread that when in 2015 we decided to go back to Ghana, and emboldened by my knowledge at the University of Pennsylvania, coming to realize and thinking about the fact that my country, Ghana, generates about $2 billion of export revenue from cocoa every year. By now, I hope by now we all know what cocoa is. If you didn't know, that's what we used to make the chocolate tuxedo thing you just ate. It's the sweat of my parents' hard work. Sorry, I just had to remind you. The hard work of these farmers, including my parents, the 1.6 million cocoa farmers in Ghana, makes it possible for the country to generate $2 billion in revenue every year, right next to gold. So if cocoa farmers stop working, the economy collapses. Yet guess what? I kept thinking about that. If my parents' hard work mean that much to the Ghanaian economy, why did it have to take me until 15 years before I knew what electricity was? Why did it have to take me until age 15 before I knew what it felt and it meant to drink running water? The very people who work in these cash crop communities are also some of the very poorest people in our world. And so we charged up and we said, no matter the obstacles, we will prove to the world that it is very possible for these communities to have access to quality healthcare and education. Because guess what? Contrary to what we usually think, the cocoa farmer has the same visions, so has the same dream as the CEO of Goldman Sachs. He doesn't need seedlings. He doesn't need fertilizer. He wants quality healthcare and education for his kids. That's why he works hard. Dedication, the powerful thread that made the life of all of us in this room, our hero, Muhammad Ali, a spectacle, a dream, an embodiment, a symbol for living that a kid living in nowhere rural Ghana wanted to embody. From Muhammad Ali, I have come to learn that in our quest to change the world, perhaps we might have to redefine our perception of what challenges are. And by that I mean seeing obstacles as opportunities and seeing trials as potential for transformation. Because the life that our hero, Muhammad Ali, lived, the dedicated life, is one that will require you to meet difficulties and challenges and look at them in the face and say, hey man, hey George Foreman, is that all you got? Instead of what we are told in church, to quietly bow down our head and say, this too shall pass. It ain't gonna pass. I'm here to tell you and preach to you that it ain't gonna pass. Can I get an amen? Amen. Right. I want to thank everyone here in this room. When I look on my own life, I mean, who would have thought that a kid who grew up in all these conditions will end up at the University of Pennsylvania for undergrad, get a master's degree, and now be at Yale for a degree? Sometimes I feel like I'm an imposter, a phony just waiting to be found out. But I remain grateful for people like our team back in Ghana who, while I'm here eating all the good food, are working in the most difficult of challenges to make our mission possible. I'm emboldened by people like my hero and mentor, Mr. Patrick Hackett, who is here today, who in 2015, when this idea was just an idea on paper, he said, this is possible. We get to change what global health sustainability means. I will stand by you. And not just in words, but in money. And today, I hope as you walk out of here, you are strengthened by a new desire to go home to look every challenge and obstacle you have in the face and say, until the very last minute, you will know that I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.